guys, so I have another Empties video for you today. It's a lot of smaller products, things that I've got in my subscriptions, either in my Birchbox or my Ipsy, or things that I purchased for travel, and I've used them all up. I've liked them enough, even though they're a small trial size, to use them all the way up and to then consider buying them in full size. So I have my leftover, I'm assuming birthday bag from one of the years here, and it is filled inside. Okay, so it's not filled, but enough to start to drive me crazy and decide that I need to throw them out. And it just has some of the stuff in here, so I'm just gonna sort through it, go through it with you guys as quickly as possible so this doesn't drag on forever. So let's get right into it. So this is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Conditioner. It says it's like 10 in 1, different things that it's supposed to do for your hair. And I got this in one of my boxes, and then I got it as a bonus in another one of my boxes. So I didn't have to repurchase it because I have another sample size like this currently in my bathroom already and stocked up, which is great because I've been meaning to pull the trigger on this product for a while. I know that it was a cult favorite way back in the day, but it is expensive for me, so it's a little bit over what I would spend for just a leave-in hair sort of treatment, but I do really like what it does for my hair. I don't necessarily use it when I shower at night because it doesn't bode well when you sleep on it, but if I shower in the morning and I'm gonna do my hair, it's really nice. It does make it really soft, and it seems to have like some sort of conditioning property to it, so this is super nice. And when I run out of my other one, then maybe I think I might consider buying a larger, like the full size one. Staying with hair products, this is a hairspray sample that I got in one of my subscriptions. It is Oil of Morocco, Argan Oil, sulfate-free, volume shine, hairspray, extra hold, fast drying, infused with keratin. It's got like a whole hoopla of things going on. And things that I like about it, even though it's not at all environmentally conscious to use sort of these aerosol sprays, it is nicer if you just want a fine mist hairspray, which when I'm just trying to tame some flyaways, or back when I had bangs, I remember this was like the go-to thing. If you want to style them and shape them in any way, a fine mist is what you want to go for. But I do like this because it is super fast drying, it is super fine, so it doesn't weigh down your hair, and it dries quick, so what you do sticks and stays. You don't kind of have to hold it for a little while. The smell is not my favorite, and I don't really know how to describe it. It's like sweetish, but not in a way, not like candy sweet. I just don't know. The scent was, for me, was just kind of off-putting, so I don't know if I'll buy a full size, but for its use, for its little time in my life, it was really great. And lastly, for my hair, I went through a R&Co Death Valley Dry Shampoo. I loved the packaging of this, and I really liked that this wasn't a white dry shampoo, at least not in my hair. So I could spray this, I could, you know, get it all over, use it before I go to bed at night. It wasn't leaving a white residue on my pillow like some dry shampoos can do. You know, they have that really powdery kind of formula to them. This one didn't, which at first made me question whether or not it was working or if the product was coming out, but when I looked at my hair, it didn't look greasy. It looked like it had done its job, and it does have a really nice scent to it. It's sort of a subtle kind of, like, I would say maybe like spa-like scent to it. It doesn't have any sort of like floral or woodsy or candy notes that jump out to me, but maybe more, a little bit more masculine of a smell. But I did really like this and would consider buying it again. But I think there might be cheaper ones that I'm currently using that I might like just the same. So it is good. Maybe I would repurchase it in the future, but not a definite. Surprisingly or not, or maybe, I'm not sure, but I've gone through 3 different toothpastes, should I say. So I'm not sure if I talked about these being empty in my last Empties video. I don't think that I did, but I feel like one of them was out. And now they are both out. These are Toothy Tabs by Lush. So they're not your typical toothpaste. It's almost like a small pill that you crush up in your teeth and then brush your teeth with it. It's got like baking soda and different, you know, essences or essential oils. That's what I mean. Essential oils in them. Everything that you would want to brush your teeth with. This one had more of a, I don't know, like a clove sort of a scent to it, and that was the atomic ones. And then the sparkle ones, they were just lighter, and they had some black pepper in the ingredients, which made it like a little bit spicy. I don't know. These were really fun. I would consider buying them again. I really do enjoy them for a little change up or a little mix up if you're like me and you get bored of toothpaste every now and then. And I also did manage to absolutely kill a tube of toothpaste. So anyone who's wondering on the regular what I use, it doesn't really matter, but this is the Colgate Sensitive Prevent and Repair. I have very sensitive teeth, like I said in my last Empties video when I talked about a mouth rinse that I use. But any sort of sensitive products, those are the kind that I use. And this one was great. It worked. It helped my teeth absolutely. So I would definitely consider buying it again. I have about like 10 bajillion face products that I went through. Not really, but it seems like a lot. And I'm going to start with the biggest one, and this is the Boots Botanics Micellar Water. I did really like this. I used it entirely up. There is literally maybe one drop left of it. It did its job. It did take off all of my makeup except for stubborn mascara. I use waterproof mascara, so it's really hard to get that off. But it did take off my face makeup. It seemed to be really gentle. It didn't irritate my skin at all. And I would buy it in a pinch, but between this and the Sephora one that I tried, I think the Sephora one was a little bit more powerful. So I would repurchase this in a pinch, or if I just, you know, didn't want to make the trip to Sephora, I just wanted to go to my local Target and get it, I would pick this up again. But I do also want to try other ones that are coming out. I know Garnier is coming out with one, and I've never tried the Bioderma one, so I think before I repurchase that, I want to try some other ones as well. I have two different face washes that I went through. First one, this is the First Aid Beauty Face Cleanser, and this is the light blue one, antioxidant booster, removes surface oil. I forget what line the light blue is. Like each one kind of has its own job that it does. I believe this is for like a little bit more sensitive skin. I think that's what this line is. And even though it's for sensitive skin, it reminded me kind of like old school Clearasil, even in the texture and the scent, and it left my skin feeling a little bit tight and a little bit dry sometimes, almost like it had too much of a soapy base to it. So it was effective. I took that one on vacation with me, and it did its job. You know, when you just are exhausted and nice, just want to wash your face, get it over with. It worked, but I don't think I would buy the full size just because I didn't like how it made my skin feel after I had washed it. So this was a no for me, which is really sad because I do like a lot of the First Aid Beauty products. And then next, this one I loved. This is the Caudalie Gentle Cleansing Milk. I love cleansing milks in general. I just really like their texture and how they feel in the skin. This one was really gentle, it was really moisturizing, and it did take off if I was too lazy or if I didn't have anything to take off my makeup. It would take off a lot of my makeup. And it just has a really nice scent. It says it's sweet almond and cornflower. It just has a really pleasant scent to it. This I would definitely consider buying the full size. Once I go through all of the facial cleanser samples that I have, this is something that's next on my radar to buy in a full size for sure. I have two different moisturizers that I used pretty much throughout this summer. So the first, this is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel with hyaluronic acid. I have used different kind of moisturizing gels before, and so I picked this up thinking that it would be the same, and it was mostly, but on drier nights or nights when I don't know, the weather kind of started to shift, it wasn't as moisturizing as I needed it to be. So in the summer, it was nice to kind of throw on, but it didn't have the amount of moisture that I was looking for. Even though it is a gel, there are a couple other ones that I've tried that have had just better properties to them, just better formulas. So I don't think this is something that I would repurchase, but it is a nice lightweight moisturizer if you don't need a ton of moisture. And this is the Air Repair Moisturizer with hyaluronic acid that I got as a sample from my Birchbox, I believe. And I don't know why, but I love the formula of this. I love how it feels on my skin. I'm not sure if it made a difference in my complexion. I like to think that it did. This is something I would definitely consider buying in full size. I like the smell, I like the texture, I like what it did for my skin. It just created a nice base for underneath my makeup. It was just everything that I wanted and more. So I definitely think I might go onto the Birchbox website and see what this is for full size. Hopefully it's not too damaging. Next, this is a product that I didn't use entirely all the way up, and that's because I kind of fell off of it for a while. I just decided that it wasn't doing anything. It was just an extra step in my routine that I didn't want to do anymore. So this is the Boots Expert Anti-Blemish Serum. And I had bought this at a time when my skin was freaking out and I was trying to figure out why, figure out if there's anything I could do to help it out. So I bought this, and I'm not entirely sure if it did anything for my skin or not, because it ended up being a whole other issue, but now I feel like it's been too long. I've had this for quite a while and I'm not sure if it's still good or not. So I don't want to, break it out again and have it mess with my skin or make things worse. So I'm going to toss it, and I can't say neither here nor there of whether it did anything, and I probably will not be repurchasing it. And then lastly for skin, this is the Kula Makeup Setting Spray. This is just, again, a tiny sample size that I got in one of my subscriptions, but I did really like this. The sunscreen setting sprays, they're finicky, they're fussy, they're not the best sunscreen that I've ever put on my face, but if I'm looking to set my makeup and I want some sun protection, I did really like this, and I especially liked this size because I loved just throwing it in my handbag all summer or just bringing it with me wherever I went. And I didn't have to worry about a giant bottle, and like I had a wedding that I went to, just popped it in, was able to spray it on, didn't have to worry about getting sunburnt or messing up my makeup. So even though they're not the best sunscreens that I've ever used on my face, they are great for setting makeup, not messing with the face that you've put on for the day. So I would definitely reconsider purchasing this next summer, either this one or any of the other ones, absolutely. This is I've talked about this in another video, but this is the Primal Pit Paste. This one's in the Royal de Rogue, I think. The print is really small. But it is a natural deodorant. This one is pretty much all used up. I've got just a few uses left, but I figured I would throw it into the video before it was like epically long, before I could throw it in again. But I did really like this. It's just a simple, natural deodorant. I like to throw it on at night after I shower, so when I wake up in the morning, I don't smell absolutely horrendous. But I am trying out another new natural deodorant that I just bought, so I won't be repurchasing this immediately, but it is on my radar for things that I would purchase in the future. I know my sister and we tried this at the same time, and she's already repurchased a full size of it. She really likes it. It's just something that's natural and nice and doesn't have any of the harsh chemicals in it, so I did really like that, and I probably will repurchase that in the future. Second to last, this is a candle use up. This is the Cashmere and Plum candle from Target. This is my favorite scent from candles from Target, maybe just candles in general, I don't know. It has such a nice scent. And then I did go back to repurchase this last week and they were out. I was so devastated. So I'm definitely repurchasing this when it comes back in stock and when I feel like I have enough cash flow to go get it again. But it just has, it has the most amazing warm, homey smell to me. I can't even describe it, but I will buy this again and again. This will be probably in Empties videos, in Empties to come. You guys will, and this is not the end. You will not be seeing this for the last time right here. This is definitely a repurchase that I will do for a long time. Lastly, this is kind of a sad, not so empty. So this is the Imogen Rose Gorilla Perfume from Lush. It's a solid perfume, and it's in this sort of little tube. You can just push it up from the bottom. But what is sad about it is it's not empty. I love it. I love the way it smells. Imogen Rose is one of my favorite scents, the rose scents that Lush has. I absolutely love it. But something in this formula makes me break out in a fiery, itchy rash that sticks around for about a week and a half. So even though this is not empty, I have to throw it out. I have to get rid of it. I don't know what else to do with it. No one that I know will use it. So this is gonna be, unfortunately, put down with the others, even though I love the way it smells. So that is everything. Those are all of the little products that I've collected over the past few months, things that I've used up, either loved or not so much got along with, but that is everything. Let me know of any new products or any loves or empties that you guys have, things that you think that I should check out, or just leave it in the comments down below. Other people will look through those and see what they want as well. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.